Now that we've gone through some Grasshopper basics, I want to shift our attention to data types. Data types are the building blocks of our Grasshopper definitions. We've already seen some of them at play, and they're really essential to how data is going to flow from one component to the next. Understanding data types and how Grasshopper deals with them will help you to read any component and understand what it needs. We've already had some experience with this. If you recall, with our vector, point, and construct point, the component is asking us for some data in its inputs, and it's going to give you some data in its output. In this case of the point, it's asking us for a number in x, a number in the input y, and a number in the input z. We can see this with the icon for number. In the output, we see the icon for a point. By introducing three values here, we get a point. The distance component was similar. We had a couple of points in A and B, and it resulted in the number data type being returned. If you recall, our polygon was asking us for a plane. In this case, we used a point. It's asking us for a number radius, an integer for the number of segments, and eventually another number. The result was a curve. We're going to start by looking at params, all of these components that we have here in the geometry and primitive, followed up by looking at how we can actually introduce values with different inputs. We're also going to take a look at how Grasshopper deals with conversions. For example, imagine here that I have a panel that said true. If we pass that through an integer component, the result is 1. So sometimes Grasshopper will do some conversion for us, but not in all occasions. So we're going to see how Grasshopper deals with converting. We're going to see how we can actually reference Rhino geometry. We're also going to be looking at composing and decomposing data. In the case of our point, I'm going to drag it down here, we've now composed it. What if, for some reason, we wanted to get that data out? Well, just as we constructed it, if we go to vector point, we have deconstruct. A lot of data types have a similar pairing, constructor and a deconstructor, and we'll see which ones contain that. Finally, we'll do an exercise that sums all of this up.